hundreds of battles throughout the season, we finally determine a champion tonight. As EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings you the biggest game of them all, the Super Bowl. Up next, one team's name will join NFL immortality at the end of tonight's battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. Kate Scott and Brock Heward, happy to have you with us. And this an unusual spot to be, Brock. Both teams here, well, they have fought and earned their way to this one. Yet this still looks like could be one of the more lopsided Super Bowl matchups that we have seen in our time in the NFL.
It looks that way on paper, but we know. We've watched it through the centuries. Right? We know that upsets happen in this moment. Broadway Joe's guarantee and the Jets win. Just the Tyrese only catch is those Giants shock the Patriots in their perfection. And that lesser-known Tom Brady, yeah, they too got past the greatest show on turf. This moment, underdogs emerge.
A tradition started back in 1967 has now reached its diamond anniversary. And off we go in Super Bowl 60. The coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So the Steeler offense getting out there for its opening drive of the game. They're led out by one of the game's most tenured veterans and most decorated quarterbacks of all time, Aaron Rodgers.
Well, here he is, Kate, in the role that I and so many other quarterbacks dreamed of being in during our careers, leading the AFC champions out on a Super Bowl Sunday. The journey? Well, it's only become more difficult every step along the way, from the regular season through each rung of the playoffs. And it's prepared him for the moment he's walking in right now.
Now running for the first time with Jalen Warren. Free up the middle. It's a breakaway. At the 20. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers take a 6-0 lead right away. So one snap, and they're in the end zone, Brock. Tell those stat keepers to be ready. Might be a very busy game for them.
I'm kind of up for that. You kind of like that little pace?
A hundo, partner, 100%.
And to do it on the ground to boot. What a way to begin the proceedings. The first punch thrown in the four-quarter boxing match ends up being a haymaker.
Chris Boswell for the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Steelers will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
7, Ravens nothing.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Rasheen Ali on the return. Making some progress here. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. So the Ravens offense taking over for the first time here. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
Kate, this is one of those moments that I so wish we had those thought bubbles, that we could see and hear every thought going through his mind as he runs on the field on this Super Bowl Sunday. I'm sure there's some anxiety. I'm sure there's a little bit of nervousness, but I know when that ball gets snapped in his hands, this guy is ready for this moment because he's proved it all season long.
And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's good for a Ravens first down. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
That's a Super Bowl caliber stop right there as they finish that play off behind the line. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
And he's brought down after a short gain.
That's not a big completion on the stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. I'll air it out on 3rd. He's going to run for it. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
That is such a good play defensively. A play you could take a whole bunch of pride in not only stopping the passing game, but the effort to get to the quarterback before he could scramble for the first.
Don't want to punt from here, but too far for a field goal as well. They're going for it here. 4th down, he calls his own number on the option. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
It's a gain of 14 yards. And a Baltimore first down.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did. Tote the ball himself for a big run.
Out of the gun, Henry. Solid block in there, springs him for 8. It's going to be 2nd down. He rips off 8 yards, and that's going to close out our first quarter. So Super Bowl 60, a quarter of the way done. The Steelers have played to an early lead. More from Santa Clara coming up. Enough waiting, we're back, and it's time to resume play here in Super Bowl 60 from Santa Clara. They're advancing it well as they face 2nd down. And they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal here from the 7.
A gain of 17 yards.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Lamar's going to keep this one. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. It's a pickup of 5, and that brings up 2nd and goal.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, some really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
Now we are still waiting for the scoring for anybody really to get going as we've hit our 2-minute warning. More from Super Bowl 60 and Santa Clara in just a moment. Henry. And he barrels across for the touchdown. The Ravens earn the chance to tie before halftime. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. All right, so we're already into the 2nd quarter, Brock, but that was just their opening drive of this football game. Fortunately, they did get a touchdown out of it.
Yep, and if opportunities with the ball are going to be as infrequent as they've been to start this game, you got to make each and one of those chances count. In that area, they are perfect 1-for-1.
That is Tyler Loop, now on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Ravens respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. On the return, here's Gainwell. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense for their second drive of the game. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10. From the gun, a give to Gainwell. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. He gets a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
1st and 10 now from the 46. Rodgers from the gun. Caught into the hands of Freiermuth. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. A gain of 26 yards there. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
Just about every defensive coordinator worth his salt says two things in every production meeting. Number one, well, we got to stop the run. And number two, we got to take away the tight end. Well, good luck doing that. Defending a big guy who can move like that, it's a lot easier to talk about than to go out and execute. Kid, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Brought in close to the 8. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers get some late points and the lead. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Boswell to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Steelers break that tie and now lead by 7.
Ravens 7.
Points are huge. Make us happy. Get these 3 points. Talk about a chip shot.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Ali to return it. You're going to bring him down as he gets it to the 33. Now we'll get set to see the Baltimore offense for the second time. Not a whole lot of time left for him to put something together here before the break. A little less than 30 seconds to go as they begin this drive. On first down, Jackson. Complete out to the right side. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
5 still to go here. This is second down. Lamar now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he has it right near midfield here. Looks like about a yard short. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
First and 10 at the
They like to say it's about the
49-yard
Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. First and 10. From the gun, Jackson. That is incomplete. Down to 13 seconds left. Well, he's been perfect to that point on the drive, Brock. First time we've seen this coverage force him into a misstep in a while.
I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right?
Yeah,
And I look
yeah.
at it through those optics so much, but it's the same thing defensively. You've got to get a stop, see the ball hit the ground to knock them out of that rhythm.
Lamar throwing again. Short pass brought in. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. All right, now a timeout is called. 9 seconds to go in this half.
Third and 4.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
So here comes the kick team for what will be a very long attempt.
61-yard attempt.
It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. It's far enough, but no good. He sent it just a little bit right. And the deficit stays at 7.
Hey, listen, I know kickers are arguably better today than they've ever been in the history of football. But anything from 60-plus is still awfully ambitious. And that time, it didn't pan out.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. First and 10. The final throw before the break. And he's going to let this fly towards the end zone. Oh, again, it looks like a pick, but they drop it. A chance to steal it away in the end zone. But they just can't finish the play.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Thanks for that update, Scott. Welcome back, everyone, for the third quarter. Got a one-touchdown game here as we get you back down to the field. Well, we all enjoyed that halftime show, right, Brock? These guys were strategizing how to win that Lombardi. We're back underway in the Super Bowl. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Here comes the Baltimore offense to begin quarter number 3. And as they get set, partner, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive, too.
Yeah, I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a hurry. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10. They motion Bateman over right. This one left for Lamar. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Peyton Wilson getting there for the stop.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Can lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Finds him over the middle. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
From the gun, run for Henry. Trucks the defender. Had some room to work, and he took advantage. Give him 7.
He was taken down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2. A draw now. This is Henry. Nothing doing on the draw, Brock. That's going to send him backwards ahead of 3rd down. A great call in a short yardage situation right there, Brock, and that was exactly the type of front that defense needed to have.
Yeah, I agree with you. I love the X's and O's of it, and then even more, the guys going out there and executing it, pulling the trigger to create that loss.
Now Jackson on 3rd down. Throw right side is caught by Hopkins. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
A gain of 9 yards. That's good for a Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
There's no question the greatest concern there was just getting the first down. You want a high percentage throw, and you're not really concerned about big yards. Well, the drag route was perfect. He comes open in the short field. It's easy to zip that throw right in there and reset those chains.
On 1st and 10, it's Henry. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Hard to believe, but just 1 quarter left in our season. We're through 3 in Super Bowl 60. The Ravens have the football, but not the lead. 1 frame to change that if they want to win another Super Bowl title. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Another run for Henry. And that 2nd down run is only going to manage a yard.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
Nice drive here. It's up to 8 plays as they get set for 3rd and 6. He's back to throw. He's able to hit Flowers. Caught. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. Give him 8 on that one. And that's going to be a Baltimore first.
Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate. But the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He'll set up the screen for Henry. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Santa Clara. Ravens losing by 7. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. Looking to his fullback now. And he's able to get this down to the 13. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
At the 13-yard line.
Second and 3 now. He'll look to throw it. And they got there in time. He's taken down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
Digging deep in the playbook here, and this is 3rd and 11. Now to throw. Oh, again, it looks like a pick, but they drop it. A chance to steal it away in the end zone. They just can't finish the play.
QB took a chance right there, and he nearly paid dearly for it. You know, that's one of those situations, Kate, that if you're going to put the ball in harm's way, you got to make sure it's your guy or nobody's guy.
Desperation time here. No good. The pass goes incomplete, and that lengthy drive ends with nothing but a turnover on downs.
Oh, there was so much good on that play. Right play call, good route, great throw, Kate. Just needed to make the catch. That's a situation you expect your guys to convert in every time.
The Steeler offense set to get back on the field. That defensive stand might have been the final effort needed to seal away the victory, Brock, but can't quite take off the pads just yet. Offense has to finish this one out.
Yeah, a few things here, Kate, to keep in mind, right? You got to slow the game down as a quarterback. Take every second off the clock. If you're handling the ball, you guard it with your life, and you make sure your defense doesn't come on the field again. They just did their job. Now you got to do yours.
They're going to pass it here. And Willie, no, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. And they'll have just one left to burn now. Expect the defense to be coming again here after that sack. It is 2nd and 16. Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. This is Metcalf working that right side. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Timeout taken by the Ravens. That is their final one. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes, just like that.
Looking to throw. This finds its target. That's Metcalf. And they'll take him down after he advances this up to about the 43. It's a gain of 22. And the Steelers have a first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Here's a design run. And the Pittsburgh Steelers are the first to 7. They're once again your Super Bowl champions, and with it, the most successful franchise in NFL history. Well, Brock, we've been lucky enough to call a bunch of these now, and we see so much history made in every Super Bowl, but this one comes a little extra. They're the first team to win 7 titles, and it could be years, maybe even a decade or two, until we see somebody match the level of success that they have had since this franchise joined the NFL.
Yeah, you know, Kate, in the time it takes somebody else to reach 7 Super Bowl wins, who knows? This team might pick up an 8th trophy, maybe a 9th, challenge for double digits.
Hundreds of battles throughout the season, we finally determine a champion tonight, as EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings you the biggest game of them all, the Super Bowl. Tonight, with a hallowed Lombardi trophy in the building, it's a battle to raise it at midfield between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Buffalo Bills. A very unique opportunity coming our way tonight. Hi everyone, Kate Scott, Brock Heward up here in the booth, and we are guaranteed to see a first-time Super Bowl champion in just a few hours. Only a handful of teams have failed to win it just yet, and 2 of them are hoping to change that tonight.
And normally, Kate, that'd be an advantage, right? A team so hungry for that first title, facing someone who's done it before. And you can just feel it. You can feel it from this fan base on both sides, these players. They want it so badly to do something never done before.
A tradition started back in 1967 has now reached its diamond anniversary. And off we go in Super Bowl 60. And this drive will start inside the 25. So now out comes the Charger offense for their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by someone known for putting up numbers since he entered the league back in 2020, the Oregon product, Justin Herbert.
Kate, this is one of those moments that I so wish we had those thought bubbles, that we could see and hear every thought going through his mind as he runs on the field on this Super Bowl Sunday. I'm sure there's some anxiety. I'm sure there's a little bit of nervousness. But I know when that ball gets snapped in his hands, this guy is ready for this moment because he's proved it all season long.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. He's got Quentin Johnson complete. And he's going to have this up and across midfield, partner, to the 48. They strike for 23 yards. And that's going to give the Chargers a first down.
Chargers first down.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
That one's complete. Amari on Hampton. And he takes it past midfield and starts the drive into Bills territory.
Simply part of the job description for any running back in today's game. You're out there, you're going to be one of your quarterback's most important safety valves. And you got to be ready for that check down at all times.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Herbert from the gun. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Now Herbert again. And the Bills get to him. He's brought down. And this defense makes the stop in a big way to bring up 4th down.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
So on 4th down, here's J.K. Scott on to punt it away for the Chargers. So now the Bills will get their turn at an opening drive of the game. They're led out by one of the faces of this sport, Brock, a one-of-one quarterback who graduated from humble beginnings at Wyoming. It's Josh Allen.
Kate, this is one of those moments that I so wish we had those thought bubbles, that we could see and hear every thought going through his mind as he runs on the field on this Super Bowl Sunday. I'm sure there's some anxiety. I'm sure there's a little bit of nervousness. But I know when that ball gets snapped in his hands, this guy is ready for this moment because he's proved it all season long. I can assure you of one thing. That carry just brought some extra work in the opening quarter. You couldn't script that run any better.
It only took them one play, Brock, and they have already made it to the 40-yard line. Going to the ground, Cook is hit, and he fumbles it. But it looked like a member of the Bills was able to get to that one, so possession remains with them. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
At the 41-yard line.
So Super Bowl 60, a quarter of the way done. Couple of zeros on the board right now. More from Santa Clara coming up. After a fortuitous recovery, this will be 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Allen. That's complete to Coleman on the slant. Ooh, and the stop made awfully close to the marker and to midfield. It's going to be 3rd and short now from the 49.
It's a gain of 7.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Shotgun handoff now to Cook. They sent him right up the gut, but he wasn't able to get anywhere. The defense braced for impact, and they made the stop. It's 4th down.
It's weird to say, and it certainly won't show up on the stat sheet, but I want to give a lot of credit to that runner. Even though it didn't gain a yard, it actually took a heck of an effort just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
They're bringing out Mitch Wisnowski to punt it away on 4th. Darius Davis returning for the Chargers. And this one skips out of bounds and will be marked inside the 30. So the LA offense getting out there for their 2nd drive. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. And 2:01 on the clock. This is going to take us inside the 2-minute warning. Here's Hampton to open the drive. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Terrell Bernard tracking that one down. Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Good play on the football defensively. He knocks it away, and that's going to bring up 3rd down.
The lack of points and the lack of yards have just gone hand in hand here in the first half, and they both really trace back to the same root cause, an inability to consistently find and exploit any opening in what's been a very sound defensive game plan.
On 3rd down, Herbert. That one's nabbed by Allen. And he's taken down as he takes this to the 38. That one nabs him 33 yards and a new set of downs too.
1st down, Chargers.
He just made a difficult throw to the outside look elementary, Kate, and that's not easy. The placement, excellent. And it helped set his target up to put some more yards on that stat sheet.
Down inside the 40 now with a 1st down following that last play. Play action now for Herbert. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Looking for the back that time. So it's 2nd down coming up.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, well, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
After the incompletion, still at the 38, it's 2nd and 10. Herbert throwing again. Got in by Gadsden. He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
A first chance inside the red zone for the Chargers. They've got 1st and 10 from the 20. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Kid, I'm just kind of laughing because I can feel the armchair quarterbacks going, I can make that throw. And anybody who's actually made those throws says you have no idea what it feels like with everybody breathing down your neck. That play's got to be right, timed up right, and it certainly wasn't.
They go play action. Here's Herbert. That's complete to Johnston, outright. And able to get this down to the 15 before going out.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
This is going to be play number 8 of this drive as they set up for 3rd and 5. Herbert to throw once more. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. The Bills are going to go ahead and call their first time out as they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. The Chargers sending out Dicker the kicker to add 3 to the board. He's got to drive this 37 yards down the middle. Dicker connects there. And they are able to get their first 3 points of this game.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. On the return, here's Ray Davis. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Buffalo offense out there for their second drive of the contest. And with exactly 1 minute left to go, they've got some time, but they've got to work fairly quick. Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. 1st and 10. Here's Allen. They're secured by Brandon Cooks. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield.
It's a gain of 21
They got 21 yards on the play. And that's good for a Buffalo first.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Great start to this drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just 1 play. Allen now on 1st down. Finds him over the middle. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Buffalo calls it 2nd time out of the half. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
46-yard line.
Offense to line. This is 2nd and 4. Running back sent in motion. Working from the gun, it's Allen. Going right back to Kincaid, complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
That's good for a Bills 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
So 1st down from the 41. Allen setting up play action. Finds him on the crossing route. And they haul him down just a foot or 2 shy of the red zone. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. The Bills sending out Matt Prater now. It's a 38-yarder from the left hash. Prater puts it through, and it'll knock this game up late in the 2nd quarter.
Kate, that's just an excellent play call to get a chunk of yards and set up that field goal before halftime. Job well done.
So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends our half, or if we get a play from scrimmage, as this one's away. And it looks like we're going to have time for 1 more play here, Brock, as this one goes for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Throwing here just before halftime. He lobs this up, left sideline, looking for something big. And his final shot of the half will not connect. That falls incomplete. No time remaining in our first half.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Scott Hansen here with an abridged version of the halftime report. Both offenses still trying to find their way. Tight, competitive game, though, as we are tied at the half. To find out who will come out on top, let's rejoin our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Hewer.
All right, thanks for that hard work, Scott. These two teams ready to break this tie as we welcome you back for the 3rd quarter. Enough waiting, let's crown a champion, shall we? The 2nd half of the Super Bowl is underway. On the return, here comes Davis. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Now here's the Bills offense. They've got it first to begin the 3rd. And they could take control of the second half early, Brock, if they break the tie on this opening drive. Now the shotgun give to Cook. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
That's the kind of yardage it's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3-and-out.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. He's got this complete to James Cook. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
We've set it downs from 37. Straight ahead, here's Cook. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Another one for Cook. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4.
3rd and 4.
Throwing from the gun here. That's caught for the first. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's good for a Bills first down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
On 1st down, Allen. Here's a screen for Cook. He dodged the tackle. And he's able to get this down to the 36.
James Cook.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. Cook trying this one up the gut. And he stopped, so that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd. Hard to believe, but just 1 quarter left in our season. We're through 3 in Super Bowl 60. Just a field goal aside so far as we enter the final quarter of play. And you keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, it's Cook. Much better job keeping him contained this time. He's going to be marked down right near the line of scrimmage.
One thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Allen looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
There's no route on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
3rd and just 2 to go. Looking to throw. It's in or no, they dropped another one. Picks dropped on back-to-back plays, Brock, but it does force a 4th down. Matt Prater on now as we see how he handles this moment. Already has 1 in this game, this from 30. That one is good! And late in the 4th, they have grabbed the lead.
That's called getting his job done, Kate, drilling it right through. And now they're in position to win this game. Now it's on some of those guys who are out there with them on the kick, those defenders, to hang on to this lead to give them the win.
Now Prater on to send it away.
Set to kick off.
On the return, here comes Davis. That's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Out comes the offense now for the Chargers.
Take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. First and 10. Setting up to pass. Short pass brought in. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Back to throw. Completed over the middle. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Timeout call by the Chargers. They're first. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first. New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38. He'll look to throw it. Into the hands of Gaston. Complete. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Here he is to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
It's 3rd down and 4 yards to go.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down. Throwing now. Into the hands of Gaston. And this is scooped up by the Bills. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
This is exactly what you want out of your defense. If they're not going to secure the ball on offense, and they're going to give you a shot at it, go punch that ball loose and get a body on it for the recovery.
The Bills' offense all set for their next drive. They run out still in possession of a 3-point lead thanks to the efforts of their defense, Brock, and now a chance to run out this clock.
And you do not want to put your defense back on the field in a tough position and needing another stand to end it. You take control of it. You make sure that defense is rested and celebrating, and hopefully you can pull out that victory formation.
LA uses a timeout here. It's 2nd. And they'll have just one left to burn now.
Well, that's just about textbook defense and how to shut down an RPO. The coverage was tight, the numbers were up, and then the bodies were there to stuff that run before it could get going.
2nd and 10. Need something positive here. They'll run it with Cook. We'll call it 1, maybe 2 yards at the end, Brock. It's 3rd down. The Chargers call a timeout. That's their last one. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Setting up for the kneel down on 3rd. It's a designated keeper for Allen. The Bills with a punt team out there. It'll be Mitch Wisnowski doing the honors. Taken at the 2. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. And it's It's time to get out the tables, partner. In their 5th appearance, the Buffalo Bills have finally claimed their first Super Bowl title. You think of all the seasons this franchise has gone through, Brock, the great teams they had that came up just a little bit short, the rebuilds that ushered in new, hopeful eras, all of those have led to this moment when they were finally able to claim their first Super Bowl title.
And you know what's so amazing about this mountaintop, Kate, is we're looking out on the field and the confetti and all the players and coaches and families, everyone in the building, and yet you and I know there's so many millions in their town that are just going crazy tonight, being a part of something they've never gotten to experience before.
So for our entire crew here at EA Sports, for my partner Brock Heward and myself, that's going to do it on another fantastic NFL season. We cannot wait to catch you all with the eyes of the world watching. It's time for the biggest event of the year as we're proud to welcome you to the Super Bowl. Tonight, the Lombardi Trophy's in the building, and we've got a fight to see who's going to raise it. Between the Los Angeles Rams and the New England Patriots. Kate Scott and Brock Heward, happy to have you with us. And this an unusual spot to be, Brock. Both teams here, well, they have fought and earned their way to this one. Yet this still looks like could be one of the more lopsided Super Bowl matchups that we have seen in our time in the NFL.
It looks that way on paper, but we know. We've watched it through the centuries. Right? We know that upsets happen in this moment. Broadway Joe's guarantee and the Jets win in just the 3rd Super Bowl. David Tyree's helmet catch as those Giants shocked the Patriots in the election. Also, you know Tom Brady? Well, they too got past the greatest show on turf. This moment, underdogs emerge.
The tradition started back in 1967 has now reached its diamond anniversary. And off we go in Super Bowl 60. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. So the Rams offense getting out there for their opening drive of the game. And leading them out, it's one of the game's all-time leading passers. The top pick back in 2009. Still going strong. It's Matthew Stafford.
Kate, I can only imagine what's running through his mind right now. What an arduous fight across the entire NFC postseason to get to this moment. I think this is one of those moments when you just go back in that backyard as a kid and you close your eyes and you dreamed of when you were little and you're living in it right now. That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
The first carry now for Kyron Williams. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
An offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on the 3rd and short.
All right, looks like they're going to try to power this across. Goal line formation on 3rd and inches. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. That's a short gain of 1, and that's going to be good for an LA first down.
Kate, is there a simpler play in football that's come to life more than the QB sneak? We see all different varieties now, but it has become so darn effective. And when you got a tough QB that wants to put it on his shoulders, you sign up for it.
Roll left side, taken in by Adams. And he's tackled for a short gain.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 39-yard line.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. And they just get the play off. Finds his back, Kyron Williams. And he picks up about 6 on the play. Stopped, though, right near the marker. Didn't get it, 3rd down. So Super Bowl 60, a quarter of the way done. Couple of zeros on the board right now. More from Santa Clara coming up. On 3rd down, here's Williams. Ooh, they're on him quick. He's not going to get the yard they need, Brock. He only gets back to the line. That's going to bring up 4th down. Timeout taken by the Patriots. They're first to 3. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Rams going to punt on 4th down, and they're calling Ethan Evans to the field. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20.
At their own 23-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun. May will throw to get us started here. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to be escorted out right along that 35-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's a New England first down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
All set to go now from the 35. Here's May on 1st and 10. It's complete to Hunter Henry. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Football's on the 48. Here we go. First down. Operating from the gun. Here's May. Hits him on the out route. And a solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out.
The smartest pass catchers I've ever been around, they know how to set up an out cut beautifully. They recognize when they have leverage, how to sell the deep route, and then boom, they just break it out as if it's nothing.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Again, it's May. He completes it in traffic. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Defenders in the area, they still make the connection, Brock. Almost looked like it was just another throw on the practice field.
Yeah, this is how you just develop that just trust factor, that connection. We see it with QBs and tight ends, and the best of them make it look easy.
To the air yet again, May. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And now they face 2nd down. So his first blemish, Brock, after that perfect 4-for-4 start. And wouldn't expect one incompletion, though, to stop him from leaning on him this opening drive.
No, I don't think so. And I think more than anything, you see the defense kind of ball can hit the ground on this side.
They'll run it with Travion Henderson. Well, he had to power through one tackle just to get back to the line that time. Now we're going to have a timeout by New England. It's 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
May now on 3rd down. Escapes the pocket. They'll have the first down and even more. And they take him down just as he gets inside that red zone. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
First down, May. And this is going to fall incomplete in the end zone. Wanted it all right there. Now they've got to regroup for 2nd down.
Oh, that is such a bummer. A dropped touchdown right in the end zone. We're going to see how quickly he can flush this one. He better, because they got to make it impact later.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. Back to the air. It's May. Has him on the quick hitter. And he takes this one down to the 10 before hitting that sideline.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
Rams going nickel here on 3rd down. May now from the gun. That's caught for the first. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
Gain of 6.
Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now.
The 4-yard line.
Breaking the huddle. Here's 1st and goal. Here's May again. Getting up, and he carries it in for the touchdown. The Patriots get their first points of this game just before halftime. Drake made the touchdown. Manage that clock beautifully. Down to the final moments, Brock, and they get the score just before halftime.
That doesn't change the theme of the halftime speech, but I guarantee you it adds some enthusiasm to the tone. That was awesome.
This is Andres Borregales trying to tack on the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends our half, or if we get a play from scrimmage, as this one's away. He's going to return it from a yard or 2 deep. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So that is 2 quarters in the books here at Super Bowl 60 from Santa Clara. Now over to Scott Hansen with our halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Scott Hansen and crew, thrilled to be with you from the Orlando studios at EA Sports, and we'll keep this one short and sweet. Just 1 touchdown on the board so far, 7-0 at the half. Will the offenses pick it back up? To find out, let's rejoin our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Thanks for that update, Scott. Welcome back, everyone, for the 3rd quarter. Got a 1-touchdown game here as we get you back down to the field. Final halftime adjustments of the season are out of the way. It's time to put them into action here. Quarter 3 of the Super Bowl is underway. On the return, here's Travion Henderson. He's stopped on the run back of the 27. New England taking the field. Its 2nd series of the game coming up. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their 2nd possession.
And Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down in just 1 play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
First down, and they go right back to it. He's across midfield into Rams territory. Halfway there on first down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
This is Henderson on 2nd down, and he's tackled with the first down yardage. Now the Rams will use the first of their timeouts, as that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way.
For a Patriots first down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39. To the air on first down, May. Ooh, almost a throw that cost him. Defender had it in his hands. He dropped it. It's incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Gosh, you could just almost feel his eyes up here, Kate, getting huge, right? He was envisioning the return, and he simply dropped it. Got to secure that pick before you think of anything else.
Following the near interception, this is 2nd and 10. Shotgun handoff to Henderson. And all he can get is a yard here, Brock. It's going to be 3rd down. Timeout taken by Los Angeles. It's 2nd. And they'll likely be very protecting of the only one they've got remaining. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Staying on the ground here with Henderson. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Now the Rams are going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And hopefully they don't come to regret using all 3 of theirs so early in the half. So now on 4th down, Andres Borregales leading the Pats field goal team out for a try. This will be from 52 yards. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And their special teams converts to get them something out of that possession.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Corum now on the return. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. The Rams headed back after their 2nd drive now. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. First down throw here for Stafford. That's on target, Puka Nacua. And he is taken down as he drives this to the enemy 40. That one nabs him 33 yards and a new set of downs, too.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And they've got a little extra distance now to make up here on 2nd down. Hard to believe, but just 1 quarter left in our season. We're through 3 in Super Bowl 60. It's Rams ball. They've got to erase this deficit if they want that title. Working from the gun, here's Stafford. Short pass brought in. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
A gain of 8 yards. And it's 3rd down.
The Patriots adding an extra defensive back out there for this 3rd down. Looking to throw it. So the heave knocked away from the intended target. That brings up 4th down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. Quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not 2 hands that got on the football.
Well, simply put, Brock, they absolutely need to have the conversion here on 4th down. Desperation time here. Sends this to the end zone. And that's incomplete in the end zone. Could have been 6 points, but as that one falls, Brock, instead just a turnover on downs.
I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
This looks like a run drawn in for May. Lining up to take a knee on 2nd down. And it's history for the New England Patriots as they become the first franchise in NFL history to win 7 Super Bowl championships. What a moment for all of them, Brock. The crowning achievements for the careers of all of these players. And for this new coaching staff in just their first season leading this organization.
You know, how many times have we talked about these great teams and their window open and they need just one final player to take them over the top?
Yep.
Well, sometimes it's not a player at all. The missing piece is actually a coach. Just the right leader who can bring out the best from the whole roster and get these guys to believe in their ability to take that next step and go win it all.
So for our entire crew here at EA Sports, for my partner Brock Heward and myself, that's going to do it on another fantastic NFL season. We cannot wait to catch you all again in the fall. I'm Kate Scott. Wherever and however you've been watching, please get home safe tonight.